Hi everyone, and welcome to this, the third in our 12-hour stream, D&D and the Chalice of Flames. Today, the people gathered here are our dungeon headmaster and those representing their houses. But before we go into that, please take a look at our GoFundMe as we are raising money for some more equipment, and you can get some cool things from there as well, including getting us to eat Bean Boozled and other things. I think nearly everyone's joining in with me today. And also, if you donate £40 or more, you can pay shipping only on some braces from Warlord's Crusade. So do check that out too. Mackenzie, you qualify for that. I think I messaged you. Maybe I didn't, but I hope so.
Not yet, but it's fine.
Also, I'll get my bot to spam some things at you. Please check out the links. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, who make this all possible. Oh, hi, Britt! I'm so excited to be DM'd by you today.
Oh, golly. All right. So yes, I am Britt, as was just said, and I would like to personally welcome all of you viewers and all of these lovely students to the Gygax School of Dragons and Dungeoneering. The Gygax School of Dragons and I can't even say it, and I wrote it multiple times. The Gygax School of Dragons and Dungeoneering is a reasonably prestigious academy hidden away in the mountains of some mysterious place, possibly Canada, but most people don't really know for sure. Adventurers selected to attend are drafted from taverns and villages and libraries across the land. Folks whose drive for adventure manifests in a need to label oneself as a wizard or a ranger and start exploring random caves and things. When they arrive, the students are sorted into one of the four houses: Ravenloft, Eberron, Dragonlance, and Greyhawk. And they spend the next 7 levels, years, of their lives studying to go out into their respective planes to adventure. And now I would like the players of this adventure to introduce themselves, their character name, and their race/class.
Why don't we go around in screen order? Why don't we start with Jess on my right?
Thank you. I forgot to look at the screen order.
You are fine.
Oh, hi. It's me, Jess. Today I will be playing Valexius Vartaxia Velen the Fifth, your Dragonborn sorcerer rogue, and I'm very excited.
Next around is me. I'll be playing Foulpire. Foulpire may not be their real name, but fuck real names is their opinion on that. Next around is Mackenzie Lane, DA.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie, or Mac, and I'll be playing Filing in a Bast. And she's like this really cool forest gnome, arcane trickster, and lore bard. And she's like super totally cool.
I forgot to talk about my class. It's kind of complicated.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your class?
Not quite all of them would be the non-specific answer. No, I am 2 fighter, 2 warlock, 2 druid, and 1 bard.
And then we'll go over to Saito.
Hello, my name is Saito, and I will be playing Irene Rollo. She is an elf. She is classed as a ranger, beastmaster, and cleric. She is very quiet, and she doesn't want to cause any trouble, and she's accompanied with her pet weasel named Artemis, which she will call Art.
I'm very excited to meet all of your characters. And before we begin, I do want to apologize because I do, because of the setting, have to break one of my personal rules. And that is to not do fake British accents in front of Scratticus. I'm not sorry. Totally. Completely. I'm a little sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
The double negatives have got me. Does that mean you are doing or you aren't doing them?
Oh, I am.
Yeah! I'll
I'll
do bad American as well. We'll be fine.
Oh, God.
I'm doing bad Californian, and I am Californian. It's fine.
And now we will begin our adventure. Dungeons and Dragons and the Chalice of Flame. The scene begins in the Great Hall of the Gygax School for Dragons and Dungeoneering. The headmaster, a bearded old wizard, when he's in his human form, is standing beside a chalice on a pedestal, addressing the class. The class is laid out in 4 long tables, with each of their great houses. And he is standing up there, magically amplifying his voice so that everyone at the other ends can hear him. My wonderful academy, as we near graduation, it is time to select the school champion who will represent their class. One from each of our great houses, to undergo a series of challenges, judged by me, as I am all-seeing, of course. And I will be awarding all of you house points based on a nebulous and ill-defined series of parameters of my own choosing. So it is not merely a matter of who wins, but who wins in the way that I like best. So, for the noble house of Greyhawk, and you see the Greyhawk table, which is just a swarm of purple and silver and a lot of really fancy armor and, Letterman's jackets and fedoras and beards erupt in a cheer as the headmaster, Xanathar, which I forgot to mention, pulls into the Chalice of Flame, pulls out a slip of golden paper and looks at it. Philomena Bast!
Here!
And who do we see?
So what you guys see is this small forest gnome. She's about 3 feet tall with dark hair, dark skin and hair that's cut in this really neat bob with very straight bangs, but it's very stylish. It's not clumsily done. And she's wearing a dress with fashionable leather armor on top. She's very excitable. She's obviously built for tumbling and cheerleading because she is the head cheerleader, and that is very important to her identity.
Would you please make your way up to the podium?
Of course. And then I kiss the half orc on my left and the half elf on my right, both on the cheek. Toodles! And then I go up.
And after you make your way up, you turn. You see your friends, Falloway and Diran, looking up at you with what might be a tinge of envy. But it's okay. This is the first time you think you've seen your head of house, Bigby, the Magnificent, ever noticing you. As Headmaster Xanathar goes back to the Chalice of Flame. And for the illustrious House of Dragonlance. And then you see this table, which doesn't seem to have a set color scheme. It's just every color, and often at once in multiple arrays. They scream and they throw things, and someone starts singing. Multiple people start singing, actually. These are clearly the theater kids and the art kids. And then he pulls out of the Chalice of Flame another gold slip of paper. Irene Rallo.
What? No. What? What are we?
Irene Rallo.
Here. Right here.
And what do we see?
And you would see a mousy-looking elf with short blonde hair. She doesn't look prepared to be doing anything much. She has a simple hide armor and fashioned with a nice, of course, scarf and hat. There will be a nice little weasel that looks super excited that she's getting attention, while she looks extremely terrified, like petrified at this moment right here.
Would you make your way up to the podium, Irene?
She gives like this like moment of like wanting to say no, but she looks around with heart going pa, 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 pa. Like, if I say no, someone might. So she just takes her book and she meekly walks up to the top.
You catch Alexander's eye. He's looking at you with admiration.
Did you see that, Artemis? I think he looked at me. No, he wasn't looking at you. He was looking at me. I swear.
And as you make your way up there, your housemates cheering for you, and your headmaster looking slightly impatient. He turns back to the crowd. And I would, of course, be remiss, and probably your parents would send me angry letters if I had this house go last. House of Eberron. And you see a house table clap, but it's pretty reserved and measured. You do see a number of warforged sort of butlers around this set of tables, and they also clap, and because they're metal, they clap a little bit louder. And he reaches into the Chalice of Flame and pulls out a very long piece of gold paper. And he kind of blinks at it. Makes a face like, I don't want to. But just because it's, so long. And for Eberron, we have Veluxius Vartaxia Velen the Fifth.
Of course, the Valens have been in the Chalice of Flames since forever. Of course.
And what does everyone see when they look at you?
You see a gold and silver dragonborn, whose scales seem to almost shine. And if they weren't already shiny enough, they are then also just covered in jewelry, just like gold and like rings on every finger, and just like wearing way too much.
Would you make your way up to the pedestal, please?
Of course. Come along, Manfred. And you see a warforged butler. Let's go.
You will not be allowed to bring a servant.
I need him.
He may come with you to the preparation chamber.
Come along, Manfred. Let's go.
He trumps along behind you. And you get up there, and now, the three of you are up there, sizing each other up.
Baby, can you believe it?
I mean, I'm not that surprised. I told you, Irene, you just needed to present the right face. You're fine. You deserve to be up here with us. This is going to be excellent.
We could die from this. It hurts. I've heard someone died from this before.
Only the weak ones die. We'll be fine.
What classifies as weak?
Well, the ones who couldn't handle it, obviously.
Then why were they voted?
We still have one more student to select. And the headmaster, Xanathar, turns back to the crowd. And our final noble house. Ravenloft. You don't hear anything. You just hear the sort of subtle shift of a lot of black cloaks turning to face the headmaster. Yes, well, and he reaches into the chalice and he pulls out a golden slip of paper. And the champion for House Ravenloft will be Falpire.
Oh, demon's ashes. Here.
And what did people see when they see Falpire?
A pale tiefling stands with black hair, black horns, black eyes, black lips. Are they pale? Are they an albino tiefling? Who knows? Because there's so much makeup on them, it's hard to tell. But there's a lot of black. There is a corset. There is lace. High-heeled hooves. Always.
Oh, they're gonna break.
Okay, like, you can totally choose me, but do I have to stand up there with the other students?
I'd like second that. I don't want that near me. That's a lot.
You're gross, Philomena.
Maybe
Xanathar looks a little taken aback. To be chosen by the Chalice of Flame is a contractual obligation that...
Alright, you don't understand my pain. And Falpire will come and stand on the stage.
As you're walking up, you see your fellow students look at you and kind of shrug. You see your head of house look at you, probably for the first time. He actually looked you in the eyes because there was that time in the first year where you just asked him a few too many questions and he got very uncomfortable, and you're pretty sure that he thinks you're going to try to kill him someday or something. But Strahd, your head of house, looks at you and gives you a little very silent clap and then turns back to his fellow teachers.
When he turns, I flick him off.
I don't even need to do that.
I'm sure that was their friendly way of saying hi. He seems like a nice person.
Inside your head, of course, you hear that familiar voice. Yes. Show that Ponce who's boss.
He doesn't even wear black, he wears red. What the fuck does he think this is?
Terrible Ravenloft, you'd be much better. Now go, defeat all of those posers.
Fucking posers.
Fucking posers. That loving voice of your patron. And now, you're all lined up, looking out at your school. Some faces with admiration, some with envy, some with confusion. And Xanathar turns to the four of you. Now we will go off to the preparation chambers and explain your first series of tasks. You may take nothing with you save what you currently have. And he looks at V a little pointedly. And remember, this is tradition. This is the history of this school. This is the honor of this school. And you can't back out because your name came out of that chalice. Now let's go to the preparation chambers. And he points over at one of the teachers that you know. He's the teacher of lore and diplomacy, Mordenkainen. And he ushers you all to come with him down a hallway. And you all go into a a small waiting room. There's a few chairs. There's some water. Now just wait here. Prepare yourselves with any sort of magical preparations you feel you might need to, and get to know your fellow champions, and we will be right back with your instructions and the waivers you must sign. All right. And Mordenkainen leaves.
Wait, waivers?
The four of
Did
you
say waivers?
alone.
Wait.
Simply won't sign anything without my lawyer present.
Oh, well, some of us, like, don't have the luxury of having that. So there's, like, stuff it.
I'm sure that people would be more than happy to look over paperwork like that for free. In fact, there's many organizations
Oh,
that
shut it, bottom feeder.
you think that's an insult, but actually it's very common that bottom feeders are proven to be
Oh my
the
god!
biggest ecosystem. Do you have something in your throat?
I wish I had something in my throat. Then maybe I could die and I wouldn't have to deal with you. My god.
Well, why don't you take that lace around your neck and just stuff it in your throat? It's gross anyways.
I will
Lace
end
is
you,
so last
Philomena.
season.
I will end you. Okay.
We're only supposed to be working together in a concept that would keep us both all from dying. We could all
Whatever,
die.
Hellfire. Says the one who looks like an overgrown bat.
I mean, he really doesn't have the ears for it, but I'm sure that many people would find it very flattering to be like an animal concept.
At this, you hear a knock at the door, and Mordenkainen comes back in with Strahd and Bigby and Xanathar, and they all sort of file up and face you. And Xanathar begins. You four have been selected, and this brings great honor. How do you all feel?
Terrified.
That is to be expected.
Do we get to
Not
kill
at all.
our opponents?
No.
You most
Really?
certainly do.
No.
Instructions for every particular task will be given to you on a case-by-case basis.
It's not like he could actually do any damage anyways.
I really think that my name might have been pulled by mistake. I mean, really, I'm not really much of a fighter, per se.
Bigby walks up to you and puts their hand on your shoulder. There are no mistakes.
Surely people have...
When I was in your position.
But did people die that year? I remember reading somewhere that someone died that year.
Strahd comes in at this. Nobody died. It's fine.
Oh, that's good. Was it the year before?
The only time anybody got more injured than they were supposed to was when those people from the Fit. And then as he starts to say this, Mordenkainen cuts him off. We don't talk about that. All right. So, your first task is very, very important in determining how your standing will be for the rest of the tasks. Xanathar will be watching you, all of you, for he is all-seeing. He has his ways. And he will be judging you and awarding points. The first task will be very critical. As I've already said. Strahd kind of pokes him. And, makes his face come on. Right. Everything is fine. So for your first task, you are all going to be placed into a labyrinth in 4 different starting positions. you have a finite amount of time in which to locate one of these, or a number of these. And he holds up these sort of shiny golden coins. They're more shiny than gold usually. It's like a shimmery, brassy gold. Like a lot of the stuff that comes from Eberron, really. They're very shiny. They reflect light very well. You're going to gather as many of these golden coins as you can. There will be hazards preventing you from doing so. But one of the first rules of being an adventurer is that one must always keep one's eyes out for shiny objects despite present dangers to one's person. Do you all feel ready?
Yes. Obviously.
And Xanathar looks at his hand. There's nothing there, but he's looking at it and then he puts up his finger. And then Bigby pulls out a wand. Begin. Wrong. No. And you all blink. And when you open your eyes again, you are alone, facing stone hallways. And I need everyone to roll initiative. We're going to do this in initiative order.
This happened so soon. I, as a player, was not ready. Did it go? I don't even know.
Damn, going last! That seems appropriate!
Oh, no, you're not.
Second, slightly appropriate. Maybe he just didn't want to go yet.
I don't move until I want to move.
All right, so you're gonna have a regular round, move, action, bonus action, to search for these golden coins. I am making a house rule for this particular thing that you can use a bonus action to do a investigate or a perception, whichever one you want to do, to look for the coins. There will obviously be things that you have to do to defend yourself or deal with the situation, so you'll be using your regular action. But if you don't need to be using your regular action, you can also use your regular action to search using investigate or perception with advantage. So bonus action is just regular. Action is doing those things with advantage. Is that all cool?
Perfect.
Okay. So the first up is, I've got that. Sorry. First up is Philomena.
Hi. So first things first.
Looking down.
Okay.
You're all looking down identical at this point in time, stone hallways.
Okay, well, first things first, because I'm small, I need to buff my movement speed, so I'm going to cast Longstrider. Submit. Did I do it? Okay, cool. Hold on. So then that buffs my movement speed from 25 to 35, and then I'm going to move as far as I can, and then use my bonus action to search.
Okay. I have a max. Okay, sorry, what is your movement speed?
Movement speed is now 35.
Okay. You get 15 feet, and your path splits left and right.
Okay. I don't have a coin to flip, but no, I do. Players bad at making decisions. Left.
You get to the end of this hallway and it branches right. And the first thing you see is directly to your right. You see a hallway filled with webbing.
Oh.
But you're doing your action to search.
My bonus action, because I use action to cast Longstrider.
Perfect. Okay, and roll either a perception or investigate.
Okay, we'll do investigation. Nope, that's a natural one. I see nothing. I'm like, ew, okay, ew. Oh, I didn't want this. Ew, gross. No.
Yeah, you are very busy looking direct, because these webs are just like, you stopped at this wall and then they're right there.
Oh God. That's like so gross. Who's designed this? This is like disgusting.
And then it is V's turn. You don't hear anything. You didn't hear any of that. You just see a stone hallway.
Well, I guess I go forward. It's just straight ahead at the moment.
You go 20 feet and the hallway splits left and right.
I go right, because obviously it's the right way to go.
As you're moving, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Not good.
You barreled down that hallway so quickly that you end up stuck in some webbing. It's not that thick, but it's thick enough that you can't move anymore. But you're not restrained.
Disgusting. Who didn't clean in here? Oh my God, I can't believe they didn't let me bring my butler. He would totally get rid of this.
Can I hear that?
No.
Okay.
Can I? So I'm like stuck, like
you just can't move anymore. You just, it basically takes the rest of your movement to just get unstuck from this.
Okay.
But you still have your actions, bonus actions.
And then there's just webbing blocking my path?
It's not blocking your path.
Okay. If I'm looking ahead, I don't see.
No, you see just more hallway. This was just a patch.
Can I really, really, really love shiny things. Can I look? Do I sense anything with my love of gold and money and shiny things?
All right. Roll your perception or your investigate, whichever is your stronger.
They're both not great. I don't plan on actually learning things to get ahead in life. Oh. Nope.
But was this your action or your bonus action use of this? Because if this is your action, you could do it with advantage.
I mean, even with it.
Oh, right, because it rolled with advantage on.
Yeah, it kind of did it.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You're also just real annoyed.
Yeah.
By these webs.
I'm just really, really unimpressed. And
really, really annoyed that you were not able to take your butler.
Yeah. I cannot believe. And can I use my second little action option thing to just send a message over to Irene and be like, ugh, I can't believe this. It's so gross. They didn't let me bring my butler. What the heck is going on here? Don't forget, darling, you can reply to this message.
There's what? Is everything okay?
No, it is filthy. No one has been in here to clean it. It is unreasonable that they would put us in here. Sorry.
Oh, well, I'm coming right away.
And you can come right away because it is your turn.
So she in the beginning was like sitting down like, if I just read my book and then let someone else solve it, surely I'll just lose. That's fine. And immediately when she gets V's message oh God, we should do something. Well, we should probably take things really slow. I don't really trust the air of this place. She glances back. She's a little weasel here, and she's like, yeah, I agree. The person who decorated this must have been from Ravenloft. Let's go ahead and just head out. So she's gonna, of course, move forward, but she's gonna be moving forward with a fear of whatever she can catch first. So she's
Okay.
gonna be keeping her eye open.
You get 15 feet, and your path also splits left and right.
Yeah, I agree. We should have asked V what direction to take. Well, and said to pick the very best one, and you are not it. Maybe let's try it again. I don't know. Here we go. We're going this way. Let's go left.
Okay. And since you... How much is your movement?
My movement is 30.
Okay. So you get to the end of your movement, and you are face to face with a wall, and your path splits to the right. And you see down the hall, probably about 10 feet away. It's a little dim in here, but you think you see something kind of slimy on the floor.
I agree. We would do a lot better with some light. I don't remember. Did V ever say anything about webs at all? Like at all? Just that it was gross, right? Oh God. So, she's gonna. Is there anywhere that she can find like a rock or anything? Like just make a spark of some sort?
Are you trying to like flint out a sparky fire start thing?
Yeah.
Sure. Why don't you roll investigate or perception check?
Right. Perception. But that's not very good.
With an 11, you do see a small at the very corner of this bend. You do see a small pile of rubble, but it's all very, very crumbly rubble. But within the rubble, you find 3 golden coins.
She'll pick up all 3 of them, and then she'll look at the rubble and be like, "V was right. It is really dirty in here." And little weasel nods. No, we shouldn't leave V behind. That's terrible. We should probably look for the others too. Why do you always give me such... Stop that! We're gonna be nice. You better be nice or this trip, or you're gonna be in trouble. So she will... She will continue on. She'll put the little gold pieces tucked away. She's giving her weasel a warning not to be a bad person.
Okay. And Fallpire. You also see a dimly lit stone hallway before you.
Yo, patron, are you there?
Always.
Which way shall I go?
Left.
All right. Popeye will walk forwards and walk left.
Okay, so you get about 20 feet, and then what is your movement?
My movement is 30, but I'm applying lipstick as I go, so it's probably only 15.
Then you just get to the point where the path splits left and right, and then to your left, you see about 10 feet down the left side of that hallway, something green on the floor. Slimy.
Well, there's a one-size-fits-all solution to this. I'll just Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Eldritch Blast. And what kind of Okay, yeah, you blast this slime, and it hits because it's just slime all over this floor. And damage. It's force damage.
Yeah, force damage.
All right. Then you see the slime slam up against the wall and slosh back down, and then kind of wiggle.
Is there enough room for me to pass through without getting my hooves dirty?
No.
Son of a bitch. Ugh.
You still have your bonus action if you want to poke around and investigate her.
I do.
So yeah, since you're still at the corner or the split of the hallway, looking down at where the slime is on one side, you just, you trust your patron. Your patron has never led you astray except a couple times. But you do turn to the way that your patron told you not to go, and you can you roll a perception or an investigate? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll totally roll investigation.
Okay, and you see just down in like a little crevice in the wall 4 coins.
Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
And we are back to Philomena.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my action to search with advantage.
Okay. You are still facing a wall, and there is very thick webbing to your right.
I'm like, okay. All right. That's a natural 20.
Okay. You're looking at the wall in front of you, and then you're just like, looking at these webs, and you're just
Okay,
not
all
happy
right.
that these webs are here.
Okay.
But you do actually, as you're looking at the webs, you realize there's a bunch of dangling webs that each have a little golden coin at the end of them. And you pocket 7 coins.
Hello.
Now, you still have
I
your
think-
movement.
Yeah.
So you could backtrack and go the other way and go down the other split.
So it's either I go backtrack and go back or go through the webs, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to backtrack then.
Okay. And what was your movement? I will stop asking you
It
this
is
after this.
35 because I'm.
Oh, perfect. Right. Okay, so you pass by your original destination hallway and you keep going, and then you get to a hallway and the path goes to your left. And then
Okay.
you can get another 10 feet and you don't see anything in front of you other than the hallway continuing to go.
Can I use my bonus action to search again?
Yes, absolutely.
The 14.
No, it's not popping up on my roll 20. You got a 14?
I got double 14s, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah.
Okay, and you get 3 more coins.
Yay! Go Greyhawk!
Okay, and V.
I would like to get as far away from this mess as possible.
Okay, if you continue down the hallway, you just get through the webs. You get 10 feet down the hallway, and it stops, but it turns to the left.
Okay, and it continues. There's no options. It's just left.
Just left at this point.
Okay, I'm like rounding the corner, and I'm like, Irene, you round. And then yeah, I'm gonna take another look out for shiny things. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking and looking for shiny things at the moment. I think can I?
Do you
just
want to
use-
look and then do your movement afterwards, or do you want to move your full movement and then
Ooh,
look?
yeah, actually, I would like to like look around before I walk into another wall of webs, if that's possible.
Sure. In front of you, you just see the path continue, but it does look like it probably opens up a little bit, but it's so dim that you're not quite sure.
Can I don't know if this would work exactly, but I know with prestidigitation you can like at least light a candle. Can I just like poof a little bit of fire forward, both to like cause a little bit of light and double check there's no webs?
Yeah. Is that a bonus action or is that an action to cast that?
Prestidigitation is an action.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. You poof light out, and it gets about 10 feet, and then you see it does indeed light up a much larger chamber.
Okay, I'm gonna continue that way then.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea. Large rooms equal large piles of treasure, hopefully.
You find yourself in a pretty large room, and it looks like there, to your left, there's another hallway that goes off, and then over to your right, there's a couple of other dark hallways, and you do hear a sort of a skittering noise
Ooh, where's that coming from?
to your right,
Okay.
further down into the sort of darkness.
Okay. And there's nothing else in this room, it's just open into other hallways?
Well, you can do bonus action, investigate, or perception at this point.
Okay. I will attempt to perception check because it's slightly less terrible. 11.
11? Okay. You find 3 golden coins wedged into the side of the wall that you're currently standing at.
I nab them out greedily, just like grab. Yes.
And at that, I need to... Okay. And then it is something else's turn. And then you, V, see a tiny... What is that? It's got fur. Oh, no. You see a tiny rat jump out of the darkness and start trying to bite at your tail.
Ew, no, I just had that done. It's freshly cleaned. Get away.
And it, oh,
What? What did it do?
I just nat 20 to my rat bite attack.
Ew.
But luckily, it's okay. It's okay. Take 3 damage.
You're definitely gonna need a tetanus shot after this.
Oh, gosh. Why do they let these things in here?
Okay. Irene.
So, I have gone down a corridor, and I have two spaces. I went left, and there is webs down this left, so we need to. I see like little blobby thing. Did the blobby thing do anything from when it was like? Is it the same one that got attacked or a different one?
It doesn't look as if this thing has changed. You haven't seen anyone. The only things you've heard have been the message that was sent to you.
We have 2 choices. We can go back and investigate the other direction and see if it is just as dirty as this direction, or we can continue this direction, being that we're already this far in, and dictate what to do next. That is such a travel. Let's just be on the safe side. Let's go to the other path and see what the other path looks like. So she's gonna back up a little bit and go back to the right one and see where the right one leads.
Okay, so you back up with your movement. And then, so the right path also hits a wall once you get to the end of your movement speed. And then you look left, and you just see more dark hallway.
This seems much more cleaner, but probably not to V's acceptable rate. The odds of her going through spider webs is very unlikely. I could not imagine it. So we should probably go this way. So she's gonna do a roll perception check, see if I can find anything. I've already found a couple of coins, so I'm gonna be trying to keep out for anything.
Okay.
Here we go.
And this is with the advantage, correct? So it's the 23 number?
I think so.
Okay. So you see at the end of this, which isn't that far down the hallway, a couple of glints of something shiny, but it's a little far away from you to grab right now. But you also see something kind of... Yes. You see what looks like a shiny little tripwire about 5 feet away from you going down this hallway.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up. Did I find at least a rock? I'm gonna see if I can't trigger that tripwire. See what happens. In a safe distance, I'm not close to it. How close is this tripwire?
About 5 feet away from you.
Oh, okay, that's too close. So we're gonna take. Do I have enough movement to step back?
That was the end of your movement.
So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait this out because we don't know how. That's a dangerous. There's a tripwire. We're gonna have to be able to step away from that. We're gonna have to be. So.
All right. Then we go back to Falpire.
So, is the goo still in the way?
Yes.
Stupid goo. I might just try and run and jump it. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and jump it.
Okay. So you roll me. I don't even know. An acrobatics check.
Could I possibly convince you to let me use athletics?
Are you jumping with the strength you have in your tiefling,
you know, duck
cloven
down,
legs?
push off on my powerful thighs.
Yes. You have convinced me,
An
Dungeon
11.
Master.
But it's better than a 7, so.
Them thighs.
You run down. It's about 10 feet to get to this slime, and you push off. And you make it. You come skidding to the end of this hallway, and you kind of slip just a little bit, and you slam your elbow into the wall behind you, and some like pebbles kind of fall from the sky. Get a little bit of dust in your hair. But you made it, and you still have 10 feet of movement left.
Awesome. With my 10 feet of movement, am I near the coins now?
The coins were down the other hallway, because you looked behind you.
But my patron told me to come this way, right?
Yes.
I'll trust my patron, because chances are my patron's got some other plan involved that has nothing to do with these stupid coins or these stupid games, and we can finally start doing something to change this stupid school and make it like actually worth something. Maybe teach everyone else about what pain really is. So I'll move the last 10 feet.
Okay. The pathway ends and goes to your left. And as you look down to where you can continue going, you see the wall end about 5 feet away and split off to the right. You don't see anything that looks particularly interesting.
Where next, bitch?
I'm sorry?
He's speaking to the, in his head.
Oh, I just couldn't understand what you said. I'm sorry.
Where next?
Where next? Okay.
Ah! This
You don't hear anything.
Oh, fuck you.
That's very rude.
Said you'd always be there.
Silence.
Doesn't understand me. No one understands me. I'll carry on this way though.
Okay. Do you wanna look for coins?
Yeah, why not?
Roll an investigator perception. You're too annoyed by your patron being just a total bitch right now.
Yeah, I'm totally like trying to figure out whether I can cast vicious mockery on like them or whether that would like hurt me instead.
You tried that in year 3, it hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and before we loop back around to Philomena, I need everyone to roll a will saving throw. Or, not will. Oh my gosh. Bad. Wrong game. Wisdom.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. You had me because I played that version. I was like, what? I don't know where that is.
I am surprised.
Oh, everyone?
What? It's still, and it's still foul player. All right. All of you start to feel this nagging sensation that why did we allow ourselves to get talked into this? This is ridiculous.
Start to
But-
feel.
Right?
Well,
I think Irene's been feeling that way.
Invading. You know what? You're right.
You've
but
been on board
you-
with this the entire time because it's tradition, and that's like super important to House Greyhawk.
But you all power through, and it's Philomena's turn.
I say rigmarole. Can I use my bonus action? I mean, my action to search disadvantage.
Yes.
Eh, boy. It's a natural 20.
All right. You look down this hallway that you're looking at. It goes all the way for a little bit, but you're starting to pick up a little bit more light bouncing off of things, and you see at the very end of the hallway just a number of dots of coins on the left-hand side, and you're pretty sure if you move down that way, you'll just be able to scoop them all up.
I would like to do that.
Also, friends, we've just had an £80 donation, which means that's
Oh god.
4 beans for everyone.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh no.
I'm so excited. Can we all agree on what colors we're going to choose? Because my house loves
mine-
colors.
Mine are red, and red.
I just poured 4 out.
I'm gonna do.
Do I have to put all of them in my mouth at once?
I mean,
Oh, no.
That's what I'll be doing. I mean,
Oh
Alright,
no!
You know what? I
Probably
made
the
you,
best way to do it. Just get
I
it
made
over
you
with.
eat these earlier, Scrat. This is my punishment.
yeah. Well,
Alrighty.
thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye.
Thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye.
Thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye. Are we going 3,
Yeah, 2,
2,
1.
go.
1?
I've got one.
Oh, there's something really gross in there.
Oh,
Oh,
it burned!
oh boy.
No.
Oh. Oh, you don't understand my pain.
I understand. It's good.
What is that?
Oh, there's definitely some spoiled milk in this one, I think.
I think I definitely tasted the dungeon floor. I think I tasted it. It tastes just like this.
There's something really sweet clashing with something really like.
The upside to doing the cinnamon hash is that I don't taste bad. The bad side is I can't taste anything. My tongue is on fire.
Fair.
I taste like dust and maybe like spider vomit.
Yeah. There's one that's sort of like earthy, like dirt or something. I don't know. That one's the least worst.
Probably lawn.
one. Or that.
Okay, got it down. Got it down.
I think I might have gotten the dirty dishwasher one.
Was it the blue one?
It's like the speckle one.
Oh, I did the white one, which I think I definitely got spoiled milk. I did the blue one, which I don't know what that was.
I think I got a combination of rotten egg and spoiled milk. I don't know what the fuck the other two were, but...
Oh
I definitely got barf. I definitely got barf.
Oh, the acidity. I'm so sorry.
That was so terrible.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Britt.
I
We've
got
totally
mine
derailed. You okay?
No, it's okay. I just feel really bad. I didn't have time to go get some.
You're the DM. You
totally
got plenty
fine.
more
You
to
are absolutely fine.
Oh.
Woo!
Sorry about all of your pain. I feel easy on you, but that's
Actually,
not
okay.
what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, no, it's your job to torment us with monsters, so it's fine.
Yeah. We're just masochists.
Okay, we're still at Philomena's turn,
Yeah.
and Philomena has gone down the hallway
Mm-hmm.
and collected another 7 coins on her way,
Okie doke.
and the path splits off to your right.
Do I still have movement, or is that the end of my movement?
That's the end of your movement.
Uh,
So you just have bonus action if you.
oh, well, I can bonus action dash, and I'm going to go down the right path.
Okay, does dash, remind me again, does dash have to be all in a straight line? Or is it just another chunk of movement?
Oh, shoot, I think it's just movement? I don't know. If you want it to be in a straight line, though, you can be. I don't care.
Oh, well, the path goes another 10 feet and then curves to the left. So, but we can have you just continue to dash.
Okay.
However, if you're just barreling down this left curve, I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Okie doke. That's a 15.
You are barreling down this hallway, and you are really excited because you just found all those coins, but then your weasel, just right
No,
at the
I have
right
a
moment.
weasel. I don't have a weasel.
Oh, right, wrong character. Sorry, doesn't matter. You notice a tripwire looking thing on the floor, and you jump over it just in time, and you keep going.
Yeah, I land like it's a super nice 3-point landing. You know, fingers pointed,
Yeah, with a 15, yeah.
straight lines.
And where you find yourself after this landing is in a much larger room. It's about 15 by, I don't know, you can't quite tell, maybe 40-ish. And it also
don't
splits
do that.
off into a number of different directions, but you're out of movement at this point.
That's fine. I'm done.
V. You have a rat at your heels.
Ew, 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 ew. I have a question.
Yes.
I have a spell called Catapult. Can I catapult the rat away and also cause it the damage?
Because I want to see how that plays out. Heck yes.
It says as long as it weighs less than 5 pounds.
Yeah.
The object flies in a straight line. And then takes 3d8 damage. So I want to catapult this rat.
Okay.
Get it off! Get it off!
You flick out with magic power, and the rat flings itself down, way down into the end of this room. You just hear this sound of squishing flesh and nothing else.
Gross. Okay. So that's my that means I can't use my like advantage perception, so I guess I'll just do a regular perception to try and like see where to go. Oh my gosh! Everything here is just the worst.
You just look around and you see there is a door that goes off to your left, or a corridor that goes off to your left. And then down to your right, you see a couple of other little corridors that go out. The one to your leftmost down the hallway, it looks like there's some light coming out of it.
I want to go that way.
Okay. And you
Where
can
there's
do
light, hopefully there is cleanliness.
your whole movement. You get just around the corner to notice that there's a wall sconce on the wall
Hey, stick around.
to your left.
I'll teach you a few things.
And that's it.
Is it made of gold?
It is made of silver,
Okay.
or a silvery colored metal.
Awesome. Thanks.
And that rat is dead, so rat's off the table. And Irene.
So we're gonna step back, I would say about, I'm 5 feet to it. We're gonna go about 10 feet away from it. So
You
it's
go
like
10 feet back, and you're now just at the diagonal of this hallway where you can still see that tripwire, but there's like a corner now. You're just looking past the corner down at the
Sweet.
tripwire.
So I'm gonna take. Do I have all of my items or just my basics, like my weasel and pretty much?
You have your weasel. You have everything that you would have had in general character creation.
Okay, cool. So
At the Gygax School of Dragons and Engineering, students must always carry
weapons.
bedrolls and tents and all that stuff just around in their bags at all time.
She's gonna pull out her bow, and she's like, "It's okay. We can get the arrow back. It's not a big deal." She's gonna fire and try and hit that at a hopefully and knock that tripwire.
Okay, roll an attack. You got an 11. Yeah, you get the tripwire, and you are pretty proud of yourself. You see it kind of get into the wall, like right where the tripwire met, and then you see the tripwire curl back. And you're looking at your friend, really pleased with yourself. And then you see whoosh, whoosh, giant axes just start to whoosh, whoosh.
Okay, I get it. I probably
In that
should have just
hallway.
stepped over it. Okay, I understand that now. But how was I supposed to know that unless I pulled the wire? Well, how tall is it from the ground? As I kind of see, it's like actually meeting the ground when it swishes by.
It's not meeting the ground. It looks about. You look at it. It's like, yay much. You look down at yourself. You're like, I could maybe do that.
So she's gonna try to crawl and keep her head down to keep. Also keep an eye out for another one of these tripwires. Pray to God she doesn't have to back up and do this again.
Because you're crawling, I am going to just call that half movement to get back.
Seems
down
fair.
that hallway. You get underneath the swishing axes. There's no more tripwires, and when you stand back up, you see the path goes off to your right. That's the end of your movement.
I still saw the coins. Am I close enough to grab them, or the
Oh
shiny?
yes, you are close enough to grab those.
Yeah.
You get 4 coins.
Yeah.
And back to Fallpire.
Okay, first of all, totally thank you to Otherdoc, who like resubbed for 10 months, and I rolled it randomly, and Mackenzie got the reroll, so thank you, Otherdoc.
Oh, thank you. It's like super cool of you.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear right? This is a dead end.
No, the path goes to the right.
The path goes to the right. I guess I'll head down the path then.
Okay. You get about 15 feet. The path stops. It goes to the left. And you see far, far down this hallway, and there's other branching hallways that branch off. You see a wall sconce with silver metal with a lantern in it, or a torch, glowing the face of a gold dragonborn who is looking down the hallway in another direction. Hasn't noticed you yet.
I'll head over to the sconce.
You still have half your movement, and you start heading towards the sconce, and you realize the path there is a corridor that goes directly to your right, and you're pretty sure you could scooch over there, and that dragonborn would never have noticed that you were there. Or you can keep going towards the sconce.
Yeah, no, I'll deal with the Dragonborn if I have to. I'll head towards the sconce. I'm not, like, trying to be quiet either. I'm going to be walking along, like, they who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who only dream only by night.
Okay, you get to the end of your movement. You're still not at the sconce. You're about 30-ish feet away from the Dragonborn.
I mean, I haven't used any actions yet this turn. Like, can I, like, dash but not dash? Can I, like, casually walk for another 30 feet but, like, dash?
You can. As you're debating what to do, you hear that voice in your head. There's one of your competitors.
Oh.
Kill her.
Looks like we got a nerf.
Why didn't you say that before I started dashing? Damn you, I used my action. Sorry, Brett. That's not directed at you. That is 100% directed at my patron, not at you, Brett.
No, I know. They don't respond.
I swear, my patron's just like some kind of troll. Hang on a minute, let me look at
Can
some
neither confirm nor deny.
what does infestation even do?
What?
It says it's a spell, but it's not in my spell book.
I had intended to whisper that at you before you dedicated yourself to making that dash, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, can I?
Within the realm of the rules of this game.
Oh.
Murder, 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 murder.
I'm just gonna say, you may not be the greatest thing to scare a dragon, man. Haven't you ever heard? Let a sleeping dragon lie, man.
Murder, murder, murder.
Okay, I'm going to focus on the Dragonborn.
Oh man. Electros Vartaxia Valen the Fifth is going to be the first to go.
Oh no! This can't.
I'm gonna face the Dragonborn. I'm gonna say, were I called on to define very briefly the term art, I should call it the reproduction of what senses perceive in nature through the veil of the soul.
Wow.
And cast Cause Fear.
When he says art,
Okay.
are we close enough that my weasel can hear him?
How does multi-class Warlock casting even work? How does that work? Like, do I cast at level 5? Do I cast at level 1? Who knows? Level 1, let's just do that.
Okay, well first, no, your weasel can't hear
Okay.
at this juncture. And now you're casting Fear. It's within range, yes. Concentration. Okay, V, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Yeah?
Alright, what is your...
Oh, sorry, it's 16.
My spell save DC is only 11. I only committed 2 levels to being a Warlock.
What even are you saying?
You wouldn't understand. No one understands.
I
Okay.
don't...
So at this moment, right now, you two are facing each other. There was just like some weird words that were said. What is up with them? Why did they wear so much makeup? You have just shimmied your way underneath this axe thing, and you stood back up.
Do I still have a bonus action? Can I use a bonus action quick?
Oh gosh, you're right. You still do have a bonus action. Thank you.
Because I am part druid as well, and I have necrotic spores which I can unleash.
Oh my god.
Oh no, only if it's within 10 feet of me, so I can't do that yet. My bad.
Oh yeah, no, 30.
My bad.
Did you?
You could still, with your bonus action, just kind of shrug and start looking for coins casually, like you didn't do anything.
No, I'm not gonna look for coins.
Okay.
I don't care about
That's the
stupid
system.
coins or this stupid
system.
competition.
Did you just let out an early, like, preemptive poof, like, around you? Like, this is the first time you've done this? And then, like...
Sorry, Bridget.
This hardly ever happens, honestly.
Yeah, so Irene had just squirmed their way from underneath the axes. Philomena is feeling real damn proud of how many coins she's gotten.
I'm feeling great.
And you all hear this just loud crackling kind of noise. And I need y'all to roll me Dex saving throw.
6.
God damn it.
Perfect. You all notice all at the same time that the floor has started to... Gosh, is the floor starting to glow? But Irene and Philomena, you're just noticing it start to glow just a little bit. That's very weird. Oh wait, is it hot? Is it hot? Oh gosh! And then you kind of jump away. But V and Felpire are very concerned with each other right now, and they don't notice that the floor has started glowing. And well, fine. Each of you take 1 fire damage. Because the floor.
How do you half a 1?
I was gonna say, I'm resistant.
Then you're all fine. The floor is lava, but you're all done playing this game. You played this game last when you were 12. This game is stupid. It doesn't affect any of you.
Dramatic staring whilst fire tries to burn us, and we're like, no.
No.
The floor
Somebody
is lava.
right now. Like, what are they doing?
I'm more worried about the webs. Like, there's gonna be an avalanche, just fire behind us. That's what Irene's thinking right now.
And
I really
you're all
hope.
staring at this glowing floor. Some of you are staring at each other in irritation. You all hear this horn sound. And the everything you're looking at just flicks out of existence. And you're all standing in that waiting room again, alone, just the 4 of you. And if possible, I'd like to take a break.
I was wondering. Oh, I would say if you want
You're
to.
muted.
Scrat's muted, I'm sorry.
You're muted.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely fine, totally. I just took a break a moment ago, so if you like, you guys can take a break, and I'll sit here and talk to chat about the GoFundMe and stuff. Is that cool?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay, okay. Do I have a cam only screen somewhere?
I'm staying because
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere. I will say, V, like, did you get any coins? Oh.
Oh wait,
It's
I
okay.
did get 3. I got 3. That's right. I did. I got a few right before the rat bit my tail. Like,
Who wants to
What-
get coins
what a-
anyway? You're such a bunch of posers and phonies. Like, you're actually
LOL,
buying
I
into this
got
bullshit.
so many.
Anyway, let's talk about the GoFundMe, guys. Essentially, I live in England, so aircon isn't a thing that's done. However, I also stream from a room which is 4 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot with 3 theatre lamps and a massive streaming rig. And I worked it out. It churns out about 5,000 BTUs of heat. The window is broken. I tried to use it earlier and ended up mashing my hand trying to.
Oh my God, Scrat!
Trying to repair it after I broke it. So I am raising money for first of all a new microphone, because at the moment I have an AT2020, which is a condenser mic. So if I go into any form of aircon, it will pick up all of the sound of the aircon, and even the quietest ones on the market are only around 50 decibels. So it will be like having someone sitting and having a conversation about 3 feet from me. So, new mic, that is the first thing, and then also I am looking to get some new AC. Hopefully, I don't know how good the mics are. I've heard them used by other streamers, and they're pretty good. So I might be able to get away with the cheap aircon, and if I have to, I'll do it. But we've also got regular aircon on there with much better reviews on Amazon. Then £800 we've got the cheapest silent aircon, which is with the ones which are advertised as quiet. They actually promise around 50 decibels, and if we get all the way to 1,000, I can get myself a top of the range silent aircon, which has things like guarantees and good reviews and all of that good stuff. So that's why we're fundraising today. We're trying to get me some more equipment, because if you saw the stream on Thursday, after Riders on the Storm Fading Footsteps, first of all, you might have seen how lethargic I was, and then you might have also noticed at the end of the stream that the outro logo slowed right down as my CPU overheated, and I went to bed with sunstroke, or heat stroke rather. So kind of health, kind of business, kind of a mixture of the two. I've got a mat in my hair.
Okay, quick question: is that dye? Is that like temp dye? Is it?
It's temp dye.
That's fair.
Is it gonna stain your blonde?
No, it shouldn't.
No,
It should
it should
wash
be
out.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
wash right out.
I
That's like
wouldn't know. I have naturally dark hair.
I mean, you have to be careful with some types of like temp sprays and stuff like that when you dye your hair. You don't have because you open up the bristles and stuff like that, it's possible that it could give like a little bit of a stain left over, but it still end up coming out eventually.
Last time I used a spray, it left my hair like a tinge copper for like weeks.
Yeah, it's probably because it
dark.
was. And had you dyed your hair previously?
Nope.
Because that's a big thing. Is a lot of people will put on
Yeah, it was like the super pigmented color spray. It was before they had like the nice temp dye. I just kind of went ham, making my hair try and look like reddish for a costume, and then try to wash it out. And it was black, but then it had coppery undertones for like a long time. It was cool though. It's fine. And now I actually dye my hair, and I actually can do the goth hair flip.
I haven't seen this goth hair flip yet.
There we go.
Do you prefer to be Pyre, or do you like to be Fail, or do you like to be Pyre? I'm gonna ask that in character. Just be prepared.
It's like whatever. He likes to look like he came out of his mommy's inkwell.
Have we
sure that's what
slipped
his
back
style.
into character, because I have quotes now to start combating your jibes?
If everyone's ready.
Yep.
All right. Then you have all popped back into this waiting room. The professors and headmaster are not there. It's just the 4 of you.
I'm super excited to see V. I'm like, I'm so glad I rush over. I'm like, I'm so glad you're okay. I was really worried.
I know. I can't believe it. You saw what a mess it was?
It was absolutely terrible. But I'm so glad that it's over and we can just go grab some coffee and just pretend like this is all behind us.
Before they get too far into their conversation, can I cast darkness on the room? Just to be a douche?
Go right ahead, but also I need everyone to roll a perception check.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm not good at that. I'm okay at that.
Valfire, are you too busy casting the spell to perceive anything, or?
No, I'll be perceiving. No, I won't. I'm too busy casting the spell to perceive.
All right, they are all, going on about whatever. But Irene, you hear some mumbling out of the door. You think you hear the professors. It's just like it's almost panicked mumbling. You can't make out what they're saying, but the tone is definitely alarm. As they start to walk closer, you hear them coming, and then the room goes dark.
Oh God! This is what nightmares are made out of. This is what nightmares are made out of. Me. Something's wrong. Something's not right.
I'm sure it's fine.
No. I'm telling you this.
Hey,
Teachers don't sound okay.
Irene,
Don't sound okay.
it's fine. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
quick question. Can you use message without seeing the target?
I think so, because V cast it on Irene earlier.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
cool.
you just need to...
You just need to know the target, I think.
I would like to send a message to Valfire.
Uh-oh.
Did you just shove a +1 greatsword up my ass? Because what the actual hell did you just do?
Valfire just sitting there in silence and in
The darkness.
Like, he's gonna, leave it an uncomfortable length of time and be like, as a whisper, it is by no means an irrational fancy that in future existence we shall look upon what we think our present existence as a dream.
I would like to message back. You can say all the fancy words you want to me. That still doesn't change the fact that your parents brought you into the school.
You're such a phony.
And the door opens up, and you see
There's light. The light comes into the room.
the light comes into the room. Mostly, you see the lore and diplomacy professor Mordenkainen come in along with Headmaster Xanathar, and Headmaster Xanathar kind of looks at this spot of darkness and waves his hand, and everything returns to normal in the room.
Thank goodness.
It's very, very good and very, very interesting. I've taken a number of notes about your performance and how I'm going to be awarding your house's points.
Oh, great. So it's over, right?
And then Mordenkainen pops in. Yes, it's over. The first task, anyway. And by my accounting. And he snaps his fingers, and you had felt the kind of the weight of the golden coins in your pockets, and then the weight is just gone. And they start to kind of float around Mordenkainen's hands, and he's counting. Oh, good. All right, well, so that means that Philomena has 17 coins. Irene got 7. Very good. Valfire, you only got 4. And
Was I supposed to pick those up?
and V, you well, better luck next time. You got 3.
It was just disgusting in there. I don't know how you expected us to find anything.
I don't know. I didn't have any problem. Maybe it's her eyes. Maybe you should get that checked out.
You think so?
I think she's only trying to be nice. Maybe she's just silently questioning maybe that. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it just maybe your butler just does all your seeing for you?
Do miss him. Where is Manfred?
The headmaster and the professor just look at each other in discomfort. Yes. Well. I hope you're ready for the second task, because the second task is now.
By chance, can it be a written exam? I'm wonderful with written exams.
Oh, I know. The score you got on that last essay about the times at the Dragonlance. Yes. It can't be. I'm sorry, but you'll all be happy to know that the number of coins that you amassed in that last challenge will grant you, for this next challenge and for the remainder of the day, that many temporary hit points.
That was the player, not Philomena. Philomena would never dedicate. That was me as a player going, yes!
Yes.
Thank you very much, Tired Vampire. Ori coming in with the raid. Welcome, raiders.
Welcome to this here hot mess of a D&D.
A wonderful. It's wonderful.
Welcome to the trash fire!
It's a trash fire of our own making, though.
Yeah, we did
We're
this
okay
to
with it. Yes. So then Morgan kind of continues after seeing your elated faces at this news, and some of you with your emotionless faces. Yes. So I think that some of you will be very happy to know that the next task, the second task, will allow you to combine your forces to fight a mysterious creature. You will be judged on how you do alone, but also in how you work well with all of the other champions.
I don't believe in attacking innocent animals. I believe that's quite barbaric.
I'm assuming Philomena doesn't say anything, but we just glare at each other. Valpire and Philomena just glare at each other. Because we're the not friends in the room.
All right, well, if you're just about ready, then I want to send you in.
So is it a no? Is that like a no on the non-fighting? Is that possible?
Kind of looks like they want to help you, but they don't say anything. And they start waving their hand, and the room again dissolves around you.
Oh no.
And when you all blink, you look again, and you are in altogether a cluster. It's beautiful. It's a valley with grass and sunlight and clouds and birds chirping. There's a low sort of ground fog covering the dip down into this valley.
All right, losers, let's go. We're going adventuring.
Oh, she must be mistaken. Obviously, the winner hasn't been chosen yet. She leans over and whispers to V. It's probably because she's not very good with her grades either. So we should just nod our head. It's very rude to make her feel any less competent. Absolutely. Let's go, Philomena.
And what do you all do?
I just start walking on my own.
I let her lead the way, like concept.
I do the stealthy scout ahead.
Is it stealthy if we could see you? We know that you're walking ahead. Are you like moving slowly?
As you move forward, you realize that the ground fog stays at the same level, but the ground is going down. So you actually
Philomena's short. It's just like bye.
And then you are down in the ground fog.
That could be a problem.
Are you like coming?
Like we're right behind you. I don't know if we're right behind her.
I can't see. Where did she go?
Jump. Here.
Can you do you have like a bell or something? Could we like put something so that we can find you if we lose you?
I launch up a mage hand and I just kind of go whoop.
Okay, there she is.
Point. It's like the Sims little like plumb bob, but it's just a mage hand. It's like there, right there.
Oh my god.
There she is.
Valpire, how are you doing with the bright sunlight and all the beautiful foliage?
It sucks, but like I'm not pained by it, I guess.
You're losing, you know.
If you think that winning the game is a way to win, then joke's on you, loser.
Alpire, are you coming?
Alright, I'm coming, Jesus.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rush you. If you were doing something, absolutely keep going. It's not a big deal. I'm really sorry.
And who's like Jesus?
I don't know, okay? That was a slip that Scrat made. Who's Scrat?
It's like, calling your patron by name is like so 2 decades ago. Gross.
I don't know. I think that's very polite. It's well mannered and what not.
Okay, you all keep going in towards you don't see anything, Philomena, at this point. You just see ground fog and you feel nice soft grasses at your feet. If everyone follows Philomena, then they're all just in this completely opaque ground fog, and they can't.
I love the
See
ground
anything.
fog. Are there mushrooms in the ground fog?
They're not mushrooms in the ground fog.
There are
How
now.
high is- How high does the ground fog go?
There are no.
Oh no. Oopsies.
Okay. There are mushrooms in the ground fog.
Ew.
Is it your necrotic spores?
I don't know. It might be my necrotic spores or it might be me. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
You all keep walking in this mysterious ground fog for a couple minutes. You hear some very, very soothing for some of you, maybe grating for others. You know, just depends. It's birds just chirping away happily. And then you all start to feel a little bit more warmth hit your skin as you realize the ground fog has started to dissipate. I need some perception checks.
Lucky luck.
Do we notice that anyone's farther out than they're supposed to than we thought?
Hold
Falfire.
on a freaking minute.
This is the most natural 20s I've rolled
Oh,
ever.
it was 766. For a second, I thought I rolled 666 on perception. I got excited.
Oh. Falfire, you were busy, you know, sprouting some mushrooms. But the rest of you are all still in a reasonably good formational cluster. Philomena, you see ahead of you, because you were the one leading the pack, as the ground fog starts to dissipate. It's not all gone yet, but you see a large looming shape about 30 feet away from you.
How tall is looming? Because I'm a gnome.
Looming for just about anyone. It is way up there. Maybe 20 feet tall.
Okay, does everyone else have like eyes? Because that's a thing.
I mean, what?
I'm gonna be procking my symbiotic entity, and so like I'm gonna become a massive like spore demon thing.
Oh God.
I wasn't talking about you. You can still, or spore, whatever. I really don't care. That's gross.
As you pull into your druidic energy, you hear your patron. You don't need that dirty magic. You've got me.
When you fucking pull your finger out. Where were you in the cave?
You're gonna murder our DM.
sorry. What are you talking about?
You wouldn't understand, Irene.
This next fight without me.
Fine, be like that. Jesus.
I'm not trying to be
Punk.
aggressive here. I'm sorry. Why are you so angry? I was just asking what you were talking about.
God,
You
Irene.
don't have... Falpire, you do not have access to any of your warlock magic for the remainder of this task.
Okay, I'll have to try and figure out which one's a warlock and which ones aren't, but okay. I got a whole bunch of magic.
Just no Eldritch Blasting and we'll call it good.
No Eldritch Blasting, no Arms of Hadar either, got it.
Okay. Don't sass your patron.
That's my patron all I want. This is probably why I only took 2 levels.
Be a lesson to all of you kids.
As Falpire is just being really snarky at something you guys don't understand, but honestly, you've noticed them do this in the hallways before. That it's weird, but whatever. But the rest of you just sort of turn your attention back at this shape, and the ground fog, as it completely dissipates, you all realize that you were standing about 30 feet away from a massive gazebo.
A gazebo? Like a place where you sit? Is that not an animal? I'm sure it's not a monster. Yes? The place where you sit?
Yeah, it's a really nice kind of white wooden painted gazebo. It's got like this kind of butter yellow ceiling, or not ceiling, shingles on its roof. There are some very cute little pink benches in there.
Take a rock. Is there a rock around here?
You look down and you don't see any rocks. It's just perfectly manicured grass and some nice purple flowers.
And mushrooms now.
And well, yeah, there's some mushrooms growing around the weird one.
Okay, so no, pause about that for a minute. I'm gonna reach into my little bag, pull out an arrow, and I'm gonna point it at the gazebo. Be like, you never could be too safe,
Does anybody else say anything about this? React in any way?
What's the relation with the gazebo and the big looming shape I saw?
That was the looming shape.
Oh, okay.
As the ground fog was settling, you were like, "Oh, big looming shape." Oh wait, it's a gazebo. All right.
Does the gazebo look cleaner? No, it's pretty clean out here, isn't it? It's not like messy. It's a very nice setting.
It's very nice. It looks like it could have been the backyard of one of your various manor houses.
That looks just like home. And I'm gonna start heading over towards it.
Wait, V. There's creatures. There's creatures that could look like things like this.
Wait, Irene, this could be funny. Hold on.
That's not very nice. I'm sure that.
No,
V,
wait,
no.
actually, no, shush. I actually, for once, I'm inclined to agree with you. Let's just let this happen. This is funny.
I can't. I'm gonna immediately try to shoot before Irene can get, before V can get there.
Okay. Who has? Okay, V.
Huh?
And Irene.
Uh-huh.
I need to know what your dexes are.
I mean, I wasn't running, to be fair. I'm just saying.
Okay, you're just sauntering.
I'm sauntering over because it looks like a good place to lounge.
Okay. Irene, roll an attack on the gazebo.
There we go. Come on.
Is this a special sort of arrow or just a
Nope,
regular
just a regular arrow right now.
regular-
Don't
Okay.
want to waste her special arrows if it is just in a gazebo.
Line up your shot. You loose the arrow. It sticks right into one of the posts. It's got like that nice kind of like carved, pretty embellishment with little flowers painted on it. It sticks right into that column. And it just splinters the wood a little bit. Just wait, just a little beat. Everything seems okay.
I'm gonna have to get that down.
But then, suddenly, you hear, "Ah!" And the gazebo just suddenly changes shape before all of you into this white, lacquered wood, yellow monstrosity, splintery creature with huge teeth that are like the fencing bits of this gazebo. And now it's looming over you. Just this huge, pretty but ugly, wooden, terrifying thing just crunching towards you.
I'm really sorry, V. I just couldn't let you sit in there. I'm sure you understand why now.
It's dreadful. It had such lovely work done. Ugh.
Like, this is our task. We have to kill this. Like, they couldn't splurge for, like, a nicer creature? This is gross.
Actually, these creatures are very, very wondrous. I would like to be able to befriend this wonderful thing.
Oh god.
Just so
I only got one initiative.
So,
Just wanted to make sure.
mood groaning.
Accurate. Okay. So we've got Irene has a 12 initiative.
Are we all rolling initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
V has a 12 initiative. Falomina has a 16, and Falfire has an 8. Okay. I'll roll for our mimic.
Ooh, yeah. This is actually my first time fighting a mimic.
What? We're taking your mimic, Cherry?
Yeah!
I'm
I haven't
sorry.
I assume everything.
All right.
Also,
Falomina.
mimic cherry is not something I wanted to hear today.
Right?
Philomena goes first.
Always. Okay. Oh shoot. What can I? Still kind of like being a moody teenager, and just going, this is so ugly looking. I'm just gonna take a short bow and just ping it.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Do I get sneak? Cause is V technically in melee or nah?
Yeah.
Oh, I specified this in Roll20 as a stream or short bow because it's got a couple of those cheer streams instead of the fletching.
Oh, nice.
It was a 12.
Oh.
I don't think that's gonna hit.
It's a giant piece of wood that has started coming at you. You're good. Also,
Cool.
Irene, can you roll damage from that first longbow strike?
Yes. It's gonna make it really hard for her to make friends with this thing now.
Britt, you just
Maybe it did notice.
Britt, you just got a reroll for bringing a gazebo in. Chat's
I
giving
was
you a
hoping-
reroll for.
I was hoping somebody would appreciate that out there.
Where's my attack? Here we go.
All right.
Piercing.
So yes, that was your 10 damage from that, and Philomena's damage from the.
Okay, here, this doesn't. Okay, there's streamer, and then I'm gonna roll sneak.
Perfect.
So that's 11.
Okay, so its attention is on Irene, and so you have no problem getting your very pretty streamers. Just you have to take a look at it for a second to really kind of figure out where you think its like guts are, because it's still made out of wood, but it's formed itself kind of into a sort of gullety wooden mouth thing. So you shoot it just straight down that, and it recoils back.
And I have another quick question: Is Falpire in the big spore shape?
Yeah,
That's a good
I
question.
spored before we got here, so yeah. It counts as a wild shape. I essentially become like a... Hey man, let's find the verbatim word for word here. Awaken those spores. Rather than transforming into a beast form, you gain 4 temporary hit points for each level you have in this class. And while this feature is active, you gain the following benefits. When you deal your Halo of Spores damage, you roll the damage twice. And your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 poison. Essentially, I'm just like mushroomy. I'm mushroomy.
Okay. I thought you were a big mushroom mountain because then I was gonna try and hide behind you. But if you're not a mushroom mountain, then
I'm just a bit effervescent. Which is not a word I would normally think I would get to use to describe a person, but...
You're effervescent. I'm going to just look very tentatively over at Falthar. Be like, you know, the mushrooms aren't, like, that bad. And I'm going to give you inspiration.
Kidding me? It's like, it's 420 day. Of course mushrooms aren't bad.
Stop breaking the fourth wall!
So yeah, you know, its attention was on, you know, the first thing that attacked it, and so you had no problem getting off your attacks, and it's now its turn. Its attention is still on Irene. And it lunges towards them for a weird kind of bite attack with it. It's all very visually confusing. And I just dropped my die on the floor. All right. Oh, got a 7. I gotta reroll that. Thanks, chat. A 19. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, a 19 does. Ah!
Oh, come on. All right, 5 damage. As it sort of chomps down, but it's still in the middle of kind of trying to form some sort of shape that makes sense to biology. And so it just kind of like smacks you with like a 2x4 section of its forming wooden fancy shape.
Okay, I kind of deserve that. Fair is fair.
But now it's Irene's turn.
Let's talk about this. Don't you want to be my friend? Not sure what you feed. A mimic that looks like a gazebo. I want to do animal friendship, but a morsel for a mimic is what? Do I give it? Do I have to roll knowledge of some sorts to figure that out? I'm not quite sure.
You can roll. Oh, roll a history.
History, okay.
As you're being barreled down by this wooden structure.
Please, God. I am book smart.
All right, you just got smacked, bit, kinda, by this gazebo, but you do remember this legend, actually, and this is probably why you attacked it, because, gosh, you hadn't heard this story since you were a kid. This you know, the legend of the Dread Gazebo, but this has happened before, and you know that how they defeated it that time was by setting it ablaze. And you're sad to think about this, but you know that there's no reasoning with this creature. It's barely even real, and you don't have to feel bad about it.
She still feels slightly bad. She's of course gonna move back. She wants to get out of its range as much as she can. And she is going to... Yeah,
you can move out of its way because it's still forming, so it's not going to get an attack of opportunity right now.
And she's going to cast Sacred Flame.
Nice. All right.
Good. Here we go. I don't know if I have to click this first, so it shows. Oh, wow, it already did it for me. Convenient.
Okay, you said that's 3 radiant damage?
Mm-hmm. It is... Flame like radiance takes 1d radiant damage. Gains no benefit from cover or anything. Is it technically its own cover?
No. But you get back out of its way and you Sacred Flame the crap out of this Dread Gazebo, and it as this impacts, it kind of glows a little bit, and it, for a moment, it flickers almost like it's coming out of its animal-y kind of shape. It starts to resemble a gazebo again for a moment, but then it snaps back, but it screams again in pain.
I'm so sorry!
Did more damage than you suspect.
I'm so sorry!
Do you have anything else that you want to do?
So I get another attack. Sweet. So because it is slightly, is it on fire a little bit?
No.
No. Okay, cool. I think it's gonna be two actions. So I'm gonna try to strike it again with my arrows.
Okay.
Okay. This time I would, of course, try to pray to God, like, yeah.
Yeah, and you shot it with your sacred flame, and then you whip back out your bow again, and you get another shot off, and it just plinks it right in, kind of like the big meatiest. There's no meat; it's all wood, but the woodiest, big mass chunk of it. Roll damage.
Yeah.
Oh. Your arrow just sinks right into it, and it reels back again. And it's V's turn.
When does my otter or my weasel gonna go? It's going to attack.
You have to use your action to command it if you're a Beastmaster.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is just dreadful. We have something we say when the furniture back home misbehaves, and it is blaze it. And I want to fire breath it.
Wait, your furniture acts like this normally at that home?
Well, when you like to collect exotic creatures, weird things happen. You like the nice. Sometimes you want lively furniture, sometimes you don't. Right now, this one is not. Ugh. I was going to sit there. I was going to.
All right, roll your.
So it has
How
to.
you do that?
It has to make a dex save.
Okay.
Is my understanding of the breath weapon.
Let me pull up its dex.
It has
Okay.
a 15-foot cone. And it's a
Okay.
DC 13 dex save.
Oh, I got a 9.
I feel
So-
like that hits then.
Yep. Yep. You just blaze it.
It is the season.
I don't believe you guys got me to say blaze it, unfortunately.
The true ultimate goal has been accomplished.
We win! We win!
Roll your
We got
damage.
it.
We won so long ago. We won so long ago.
All right. So this mimicky glowy thing is just on fire now, and it's screaming, and it's kind of like just recoiling back. It's not out for the count, but you feel like you are very nearly there.
I think Vivi just finishes her breath weapon by like getting her nails a little bit, like her claws. And then I'm going to sorcerer quicken a spell, which lets me do a full action spell as a bonus action.
Oh damn.
And I would just like to shatter it.
Yes! I love that spell. It's such a good spell.
Okay.
if that's all right.
That's perfectly all right. I don't know how shatter works, so holy. Okay. I'm very sorry you didn't get a turn, Falpire. But... V, would you like to describe how you have utterly blazed and shattered this gazebo mimic?
It clearly was not sufficiently finished off with all of our fire. So it needed just that little extra touch. So I definitely want to, because you can sort of, I think you can sort of place shatter in anything within a 10-foot radius, so I need to make sure it doesn't hit anyone anyway, so I would definitely place it sort of central in the gazebo and then hopefully just explode it outwards. I mean,
Make it explode.
Yeah, make it sort of implode.
And it sure does. It implodes, and also that there's just chunks of splintery flames flinging out. Within a very short amount of time, you just see a smoking pile of rubbly ash. It looks like the very end of a good bonfire.
Can I grab something that's like one of the smoldering ones and then just like toss it to Foulfire? Is this like match your aesthetic? Is this like a thing you like?
Vampire like catches it and is just like looking at it and is like, the boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy.
Okay, can you like just give me a straight answer for like once?
That was really nice of her. I think she's changing.
I'm gonna message Philomena. Because I have message as well.
I think that we all had message.
Do you want to?
I don't. That's the only thing I didn't take.
Everyone just like.
My message will be, do you want to take out the competition?
I think this is done. I don't know if there's like another thing after this, and like, sure.
As you're forming that thought, everything dissolves around you, and you find yourselves not back in the waiting room this time, actually, but back in the main hall, all facing all of your fellow students. And they're all clapping. You know, the houses that clap, some of them are just...
It's okay. Maybe next time you'll go attack a mimic, Vampire. I'm sure that there's many things that you will be able to see that some people won't.
Can I cast Dissonant Whispers on Irene?
Yes. I guess.
Okay, let's get a spell reading for that, shall we? Because we don't just want to see damage. That's not how that works. I whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of my choice can hear, racking it with terrible pain. Wisdom saving throw, or take 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh god! Alright, here we go. Please. Oh god, no!
You take 3d6 psychic damage, and must immediately move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Oh god! She immediately lets out like this. Oh my god! It's terrible! Ah! She just fucking bolts.
As you bolt, you get a good 5 feet before you feel a hand grab you just kind of like by the scruff of your cowl and pull you back. Now, where are you going?
There's this awful sound! I just can't handle it!
And, Xanathar is just gonna shake his hand and the sound pops out of your head.
Oh god. I think I need a Tylenol.
Yeah, Valpire is definitely casting Look Innocent by drawing their loot, which they've had this whole time, and playing a dirge.
Xanathar still looks directly at you, Valpire. Strahd, this one's yours, right? Strahd just holds up his hands and walks away.
Not my problem.
No,
Alright, well then. And that, Academy, was the end of the second task. And now, at the state that everyone is in, having just completed 2 very harrowing occurrences, we're going to talk about the third task, which is all incredibly exciting.
There's more.
And as you say, there's more. I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw.
No! She is definitely on edge. She's on...
Bye.
Ow. Felpire?
Dexterity, my worst stat.
Oh, golly. All right. So, at that moment, something just kind of like prickles up on the back of the three of you, your necks, and you just turn away from the right side of the hall wall. But Felpire looks towards it, and the wall explodes with this white hot energy. And Felpire, take 10 fire damage.
I'll take 5 because I'm a tiefling.
Right, okay. And as your eyes adjust, there's screaming, the professors are running around. Xanathar is still standing there very calmly. And Mordenkainen is kind of leaning like behind Xanathar, like kind of clutching his robes and looking out towards these shapes that you see emerging from the explosion in the side of the hall wall. A number of the students have started running and screaming and filing like out of the back of the hall, just away from all of this. Some of them have, pulled out swords and other weapons and are facing what's coming out of the wall, but for the most part, they're all pretty green adventurers still, and they all started booking it. You see a tall, lanky wizard with huge beard. Again, like wizards apparently all have beards. Come out of this hole in the hall wall. There's a man. I think it's a man. Definitely a man. Oh, and he's very pretty. He's purple with white hair and has two curved swords. And there's a number of other people coming in through the hole in the wall. And Xanathar just glares at this wizard. Elminster, what are you doing? And Elminster, the wizard, stares back at Xanathar, his hands on his hips. You thought you could forget about the Forgotten Realms. How could you? You come from Faerun. How could you do this to us? You have your little school with your 4 little houses. Don't include us? Well, how's this for your little championship? Have one of your little champions here fight my champion.
She points towards Felfire.
Well, fuck me gently with a holy avenger.
Valpire will stand forward confidently. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. And I will draw 2 scimitars.
The purple man with the white hair takes a couple of steps towards you. Really? Elminster puts out his hand. We'll give them a fair fight. We'll let them go 4-on-1. Xanathar just looks at you all and shrugs.
There's no need. I'm sure Felfire has this. Is it right, Felfire? Felfire.
Oh,
Is it
and
Fel or is it Pyre?
I thought you were all about working together, and now you're just gonna sacrifice someone? Wow.
Is it sacrificing?
Wow.
It's being fair. It's not really fair if we go 4 against 1.
As you're all arguing, everything starts to dissolve again. It's very what is happening? And around you, columns and pillars start to erupt out of the floor, and the ground turns to sand. And Xanathar disappears, and Elminster disappears. And now it's just the 4 of you in this coliseum, facing off against this purple-skinned man with the 2 swords.
Oh, this is like really unnecessary, and that's like coming from me. Like, this is a lot.
Both I and Philomena get a reroll.
Hey! Rerolls for the assholes.
Oh god. It takes all of mine to want to be like, you've come here to see a battle. Like,
Are you not, Hunter?
yeah.
Are you like not entertained?
Like, oh god.
You are not in initiative just yet. I want to give you all the chance to continue to interact for a moment.
Do we see the purple man?
Yes,
Purple man.
he is just kind of standing there with his weapons and just kind of looking at Felfire. Yeah, you don't even have to roll an insight check. He's just really amused.
I'll say back to the rest of you, don't worry, I totally got this. Philomena, it's cute that you care.
I ship it!
Cute that you
I
think,
ship it!
that's cute that you think I care about you and your gross, inky blackness. Ugh.
And then you hear another pop, and you see a large black cat come out, kind of from behind the man's leg, and then circle around and look at you all.
Before I run to attack the champion, I'm just gonna turn to Philomena and be like, words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. And I'm gonna turn and attack the champion.
I feel like I should roll some sort of save against that. I feel like I, as a player, should roll a save.
I'm gonna let you all roll your initiative now, though.
Oh, please let me roll high, please.
Ah. All of us rolled really poorly.
Yeah.
That's kind of good for me. At least I get to go second this time.
Or third, depending on what purple man rolls.
Thanks.
Fine. Philomena,
Yes?
you're up.
Oh, good. Oh, I thought he would go first. Oh, oops, I was not
I
ready.
thought so too.
Huh. Alright, let's get this party started, and I'm going to cast a 3rd level shatter right on the purple man and whatever the cat. If I can catch them in a 10-foot sphere.
There, yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. I don't think that rolled enough damage, but like, it's whatever.
How much do you? Okay.
I
But I
have
have
to roll
to-
one extra D8. It'll be fine.
Okay. And this die needs to go to die jail. Yeah, fails the con save.
Okay, so it's 15 plus, let me roll a D8. Not bad. So 15 plus 6, that's 21.
This is thunder damage.
Yes.
All right, this happens, and there's absolutely no reaction from the guy or the cat. They're staring at Valpire.
You guys don't even
you're
appreciate
really
a
pretty
good
sure your magic went off. Like that looks like it worked. That's the way it's supposed to work. They just don't. They just stare.
No one has any appreciation for the arts. Ugh.
Actually, that's really invalid. I think art is very, very.
I wasn't talking to you. Shut up.
I'm just saying that if you would make loose comments of such things, you would expect some type of response.
And I think I'll. Bonus action. I can't do much else. There is. Okay. Is there anywhere I can hide?
You are in a giant sand coliseum.
Yeah, I figured. Cool. I will just sort of take a couple paces back and get my pom-poms ready. And when you see the pom-poms, there's a little flink of silver and 2 daggers pop up out of the middle of my cheerleading pom.
Okay. Valpire.
In I run, scimitars blaring.
I thought you meant run, like run. I was like, what?
I thought you were about to start saying, and I ran so far away.
Yeah.
Another song lyric.
I
Thought it
didn't
was
drop
weird.
my my spores thing, so
Oh, right, yeah. So, yeah, fair.
does an 11 hit?
Unfortunately, no.
You have inspiration. I don't know if you can add that to an attack.
Oh, I think.
I think I can. I think it's only College of Swords that lets you add it to defense. I think you can always add it to attack. I'll add it to the attack. Well, is it a D? How many classes did you multi-class?
It's a D6.
D6. Okay,
Yeah, I took 4. So
that's more than I committed to anything. 13. Does that hit?
I'm sorry.
No.
You get up there and you kind of like skid on a little bit of sand. You know, you don't do beaches. You don't do a whole lot of sand, and you just kind of like sink into the sand a little bit more than you think you're going to as you lean down, and you just kind of whiff.
Yeah. All right. Well, bonus action, Halo of Spores. I'm gonna, because I will be within 10 feet of it. I'm gonna unleash my necrotic spores, and each of them is going to do. It's going to do 1d4 damage, but because I'm a symbiotic entity, something happens. I get to do 2 damage, so instead of 1d4, it's 2d4. 7 necrotic damage. And then you know what? I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to hit it again with my scimitar.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
you have rerolls, don't you?
I do have a reroll. I'll reroll that. Yeah! Yeah! 14, does that hit?
No, I'm sorry.
Ah, well, at least...
You're still. You got so excited about the necrotic thing, or as excited as you get, that you still just didn't quite get the right angle to hit. It just kind of bounces off.
It's okay. Better luck next time.
Leather armor. And he looks at you.
Thank you, Michael. Another reroll for me.
He looks at you, and he's got, 2 scimitars in his hand. I think you knew that already. And he doesn't use them, though. He just kind of pushes you. Just like that schoolyard bully kind of like push. Can you make a dexterity saving throw? This is me just taking a guess.
Yes. Dexterity save. No, I can't make... I haven't made a dexterity save all game.
Yeah, he just pushes you into the sand. And then he turns and looks at Irene. And takes a couple steps towards you.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Are you saying that out loud? It's your turn.
Does he look slightly less angry? What does he look like?
Are you? So you're just singing?
Yeah,
Why can't we
I'm
be
trying.
friends?
Yeah, I'm just trying to like somewhat like kind of figure the situation here. Like, is he coming aggressively, or?
He stopped coming aggressive. He was kind of, stomping and that kind of like, I'm gonna come mess up your day stomp. And you awkwardly say that and he kind of stops moving. And he puts his hand kind of on his chin.
We don't
know.
You don't-
Elminster and Xanathar just keep fighting.
Oh, I mean, there's no reason why we have to fight. I honestly didn't even want to participate. So if you want to be my stand-in, I would love to watch you. I mean, not that we're like that of any sorts, of course.
I never got to go to your school.
It's a school. It could be worse. I'm sure your school is a lot more enticing.
He raises his eyebrows. You think that we get a school?
I'm not quite entirely sure.
You want to roll a history check?
Yeah.
We sort of like paused combat
History.
structure right now.
22. Please tell me that they have some type of schooling of some sort.
I'm going to send you something privately.
Oh god. Here it comes.
But since we are in a paused combat mode, I'm going to let the rest of you talk because Irene is just talking to this guy and nothing's happening and Valpire's in the sand. What?
I'm gonna run and very, not gently, but help Valpire up. And I'm tiny, so this probably doesn't go great, but I'm trying. Yo, that was I thought you. I mean, I know you're not the best at this, but really, a shove.
I hate myself. Does it make you feel better?
I thought it would, but no, not really.
Alright, fine. Let's get on with this. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome, asshole.
Bitch.
Okay.
Oh, so she immediately kind of slightly glances away nervously and she's like, I mean, I've heard a few things about yours, where you come from, and it sounds really cool.
It is pretty nice.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you want a spot, it seems only fair that you have the opportunity to prove yourself, and I'm okay with relinquishing my spot for someone who's more avid attacker. I'm more of a healing, more type.
Just a quick
But you've heard
moment
of-
to thank Jess, who just donated not £20, but £19, so that we don't have to do beans, but is still supporting the cool scrap down thing.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, I appreciate it.
No beans!
The last beans left us soap tasty.
The purple man turns to face V and Philomena. And this is what you all want. You don't want to fight?
mean,
mean-
like,
Don't have to.
I'm kind of over this whole sandpit thing, so
It's
I'm okay with leaving.
Yeah, it's really dirty and. Ugh.
And it's not really fair to you for them to parade you around like this. I mean,
Turn back to you. What's your name?
my name is Irene Rollo.
And then he's going to turn back towards Falpire.
Oh no.
And what do you want?
What do I
kind-
want?
He's kind of aggressive.
What do you want?
That pleasure which is at once the most pure, the most elevating,
God!
and the most intense.
Is he talking about?
And it's derived, I maintain, and he looks, just for a moment at Philomena and then looks away again, from the contemplation of the beautiful.
I ship it.
There's definitely
Jeez.
something going on
I'll
there.
look at you very confused.
Shut up! You don't understand me!
Also look really confused.
Oh my god! Instead of my book, the Pride and the Prejudice, it's the goth and the preppiness. The preppiness. I'm gonna write it. It's gonna be wonderful.
The unnamed purple man with the swords and the cat looks at you like quizzically. Who are you talking to?
No one.
Oh no, I'm Falpire. Is
Okay.
They say it's always best to speak to the wisest person in the room, and so usually I address myself.
All right.
Got like a weird like magic sugar daddy. It's
Oh,
like
Minster! And then everything dissolves around you again.
Good, good.
And the four of you are standing in the hall, which is totally normal. It's not blown out. All the students are all back in their seats. Xanathar is standing there next to the wizard named Elminster and the man in the purple. And everyone's clapping. And Strahd looks kind of grumpy. Bigby is exchanging golden coins with Mordenkainen. It looks like Bigby lost a bet. And Xanathar starts talking again. That was one of the most interesting ways that final challenge has ended in years. I don't think anyone has ever talked you out of it, is it?
Roll history. Can I roll history?
Sure, you don't need to. You've read enough books.
She's so excited. She looks belated.
I
She does
know.
like this weird little dance.
Usually they just stab me repeatedly.
Sorry
Well,
about
that's just ingenious. All right, Elminster, you can take your boy home. I'll see you tonight for supper. And he kisses him on the cheek, and Elminster gives him a hug, and is like, "See you later, honey," and leaves with Dresset. And Xanathar just starts clapping and just gets everyone to like stand up and give you all a standing ovation. And you're all just basking in this moment of, wow, we just survived. But Falpire, inside your head, you hear, "Is that how you want to end things?"
Hey, look, I'm not putting any more levels towards you, okay? You completely abandoned me when I needed you. So, like, honestly, you can stuff it. I haven't had a chance to use my Dark One's blessing once, like...
You're just like my stupid brother.
Don't you pull that no one understands me shit. That's my line.
I knew I should have just found someone in Dragonlance. They at least understand me. You don't get any of your levels of Warlock
Oh
at all.
my god.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes.
I didn't know you were into religious sanctions.
And
It
then
is quite.
you feel this weird, like, pop in your head, and you feel yourself go down to level 5 with 2 just, question marks to put wherever you want as Raistlin leaves your head.
Fine, do me like that. See if I care.
What do you mean?
And
Like-
Xanathar looks at you, and he's a little confused.
Even my patron abandoned me, okay? No one understands me.
I'm so sorry. That's so tragic.
I'd like to grab my loot that I've also been carrying with me this entire time and hold it out and be like, we do need someone to like write new tiers. And I mean, like, you are a little pretentious, but like a couple workshops you could maybe put it towards bards.
Xanathar just... But we need to get to the best part! Who is the winner?
The part where we like take a nap because I'm tired and over this.
And Mordenkainen just kind of like elbows him. Usually they're all so much more excited about this part.
Is Dragonlance excited about this at all?
Everyone has just gone a little silent, kind of like waiting to find out what house won.
She glances around. She's like, "It's for the best. Everyone's been really looking forward to this, and it's not really right to rob them of this opportunity. Filipina, just stand here for a couple more minutes."
Are you going to?
Fine.
Fine.
All right,
Valpyra
then,
gonna stand next to
then-
Philomena.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Champions! Yes. And also, by my accounting, with a score of... It doesn't matter because the dungeon headmaster stopped keeping track because it got very confusing. Of... 200 and something probably. We've got our winning house. And he snaps his fingers, and the house colors just explode in every color. It's just rainbow everywhere.
Irene does not understand. She is still looking around. She's like, "What?"
And usually we award this to the strongest fighter, but in today's combat and tactical scenarios, the person who had the most initiative to save their fellow fighters, who tried to help out their fellow fighters, and who talked down the most mysterious and charismatic warrior that Faerun has ever seen.
He was quite nice looking.
We have no choice but to award Dragonlance as the house champions of this graduating class. And Dragonlance explodes in applause, and Ravenloft gets up and walks away. Eberron boos,
I'm so sorry.
and Greyhawk claps, because you're supposed to.
tradition.
I'm so sorry. Sorry. We did it.
And you see Alexander looking at you, just clapping. And they all rush up towards you and carry you down off the stage, as you are this year's champion of the Chalice of Flame.
I've never been so happy in my life. I couldn't have done this without you guys. I glance back. Are they gone? Are the other ones gone?
The other champion's gone?
Yeah.
That's all up to them.
I would have
Thanks,
messaged
Andy.
Philomena like, this sucks, do you want to get out of here?
I think Vivi
That was
sees that
so
everyone
annoying.
isn't clapping and like, do it. I'll send someone after you.
I mean, respond. Yeah, that was like super overrated. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
So if it's only me and Vivi left, I glance around. I'm like, Vivi definitely helped a lot. So I'm gonna try to get her up there too. And we're like, ah!
And as this rainbow celebration of wonderful Dragonlance screaming and poetry and songs and theatrics just gets louder and louder into the night, that's where we'll end our adventure of Gygax School of Dragons and Dungeoneering.
Thank you so much, Britt! This is so good! This was so good!
I loved it.
Well, I know we've got the next group waiting in the wings, so let's go around and talk about what our favourite part was, who we are, and where we can find each other online. Let's go the other way around this time and start with Milady Saito.
Hello, my name is Milady Saito. My favorite part, I'm not gonna lie, is the really long pause the DM did when I shot the arrow into the gazebo, because I legitimately was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to get that back somehow and kind of explain why I shot a random gazebo.
I
don't know if you did that purposely, but you definitely had me like, well, that was definitely makes me look paranoid. Makes me
a good dungeon headmaster does not reveal their secrets, but no, you had totally blown my brain.
I enjoyed absolutely everything. I loved the inspiration on it. I loved the concept of it. I enjoyed everyone's personas and how well you guys played them. It was great. You can find me, Lady Saito, on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Right now I'm not streaming too much because there's been issues with my computer, but I'm hoping to get back on it full-fledged. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next around the screen, we have Mackenzie.
Hi. Okay. So my favorite part was basically anytime Goth Scrat made the DM break. That was pretty epic. And then you can find me on Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I also have a podcast, One-on-One D&D, which features a duet campaign that I do with my boyfriend that is set in a Caribbean-inspired world that we made together. Additionally, in terms of streaming, you can find me on Scratticus Academy every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST for Riders on the Storm, along with Scrat and Saito. I don't know where they are on terms of screen, but it's like cool. And then finally, you can also find me every Friday on the Greyhawk channel on The Old Faith, where I play a Tiefling Gloom Stalker named Maven. And finally, I might have something cooking on Encounter Roleplay for next season, so keep an eye out on that.
Tee-hee. Thank you so much, Mackenzie.
That was fun.
And yeah, next around, we have Jess at GoGJ.
Oh, hi. Yeah, that was amazing. As soon as Britt said what their story idea was, I was like, oh my god, this is the best. I loved that Irene talked down Drizzt. That was amazing. And then just anytime Valpire stopped making, responded to anything with a terrible, amazing poem, I don't know, commentary.
Edgar Allan Poe.
was just his little goth prose. That was amazing. But yeah, I'm Jess. You can find me Echo_JG on Twitter and Twitch. I stream every Monday, Thursday, Saturday with rotating streams of Aspire campaign and lots of little one-shots and weird things we do. We really like doing a lot of GM lists or simple one-page systems and stuff like that. And Critical Reroll podcast, that's a thing too. And then of course, anytime Scrat tells me I can be here, I'm here because this place is the best. And let's cool him down because he's already too hot. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty warm. I also broke a window earlier as well, and it's still really hot in here. Um, yeah. Last but most certainly not least around the screen, thank you so much to our wonderful dungeon master, Britt, who looks like they also need cooling down.
Yeah, I'm in an uninsulated attic. I'm having a time. I thank you all for being really, really patient with the fumbling DM, our DM. I mean, I think you all know this was a new DM stream, so I have not DM'd Dungeons and Dragons on stream, and I was really just so sure that I was gonna have a panic attack for about the first like 2/3 of it. So, yeah, all the prep in the world just doesn't really prepare you for actually being on the stream and
You
having
did
to
amazing!
remember all
Yeah.
that stuff.
You're so good.
And also, nothing prepares you for Scratch showing up with full black lipstick majesty.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
You did absolutely amazing, and chat is filling up with compliments for you. I don't know if you're in chat or not, but they are filling up with compliments all about you. And I definitely this game not only had a favorite moment for me in this game, but possibly a favorite moment for me of all time. Is that I managed to create a goth character so misunderstood that even their fucking patron walked out on them. I am so happy with that. You have no idea. So thank you, Britt, for that.
You know, you sassed them so hard, and because I had already decided who it was, they weren't gonna put up with that for too long.
It's amazing.
Honestly, so valid. So valid. Anyway, we are going to get out of here and make way for the next group. Britt, you were amazing. We'll have to get you doing this again on the next weekend in June, whenever that
I think
is.
I might explode with anxiety.
Yeah, let's get out of here, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll be back. I'm putting about 20 minutes on the clock to get the next group in. We'll be playing Fiasco in a 4-hour stream in the final push to try and get some monies together for Aircon. We will catch you later on. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Bye!
Zoom.
Come back.